Yeah, what's going on, folks? Painless. Obviously, you can see a new form of scenery. I'm in my wife's car right now. I I had my car. Well, I still have my car. I had my car for 10 years, 9 years. I got my car brand new. I've had me a 07 Honda Accord. And I have 194,000 miles on that motor. And today I think old Bessie took a little turn. Hence why I'm driving my wife's car. And me, I was going to, I got full value out of that vehicle. That car has been on a barge across from here to, when I first left Hawaii, I sent it from here to Oakland, did my thing in the mainland, then we came back to Hawaii. I drove from Alabama to Seattle, Washington, sent it back to Hawaii, left Hawaii again and sent it to Los Angeles, went back to Alabama, drove from Alabama to Los Angeles again, and here I am. So that car I've got full value out of that car. And me, I hate car notes, but I said I always wanted me a luxury, well, not necessarily a luxury truck, a nice truck, leather seats, power everything, wood grain. Because see, trucks are practical. Especially now, they're real nice. You see, that's what we ride back home. Nice trucks. Nice trucks. And I ain't into rims and all that stuff. I don't fool with that stuff no more. A lot of these trucks, a lot of these vehicles got good factory rims on them anyway. Right? Good tires. I mean, you don't really have to do anything. So I just been delaying the inevitable, and tomorrow I plan to go pick me up a truck. Already did the pre-approval process. If you can't pay cash for a vehicle, it's best to go in there already pre-approved. I sold cars for 13 months. I know how it go. It's a dog and pony show, buying a car. And I hate haggling. I'm like a Japanese man. I know what I want. I go in there and get what I got to get. I ain't here to drive a gang of vehicles and spend all my day picking my ass with some salesman. I come in there pre-approved, and I see what I want. I drive it, of course, and I'm out. I am out. I have no time to be spending all goddamn day with a car salesman selling me his bullshit products. And the reason why it's bullshit, as I just said, because I sold cars for 13 months, working 6 days a week. So I don't have time for that. So this is my opportunity to get me a nice truck that I've always wanted. I figure, I said, I can afford it. I'll be, it ain't, I ain't gonna take no hit. I mean, a car note is a hit, but, I'm not gonna be eating ramen noodles for no damn vehicle. And I'm in a position where I don't have to do that. But anyway, as you can see, I'm driving, little drive video. I was watching Judge Mathis yesterday, as I always do, and and I had this young brother on there, 21 years old, got a female pregnant, denied the child, said the child wasn't his. And see, Judge Mathis is old school. You know, he's old school. He's about the age, he's probably a little younger than my dad. I would imagine. And I talk about the men in my life. Like, I grew up around strong Southern men that lived in a time where you had to cross the street from white people. And as much as I talk about black people, I've always said racism exists. I've never denied racism. But I've told you what racism is, and I'm not going to say that. Well, I'll just say it anyway. Racism is a byproduct of different groups of people in a confined space fighting for the social, political, and economic piece of what they think their pie should be, the size they think it should be. You're going to have racism. And I'm not going to go into that anymore. Well, in this video. I grew up in the fields, picking snap beans, corn, messing with hogs, picking butter beans, greens, dealing with cockerbugs. Cockerbugs, those things, they get stuck. You know, you be in them weeds and you getting stuck. They stick to your clothes. Picking pecans. And see, I call well, she's no longer on this plane. Down home, my grandmama, everybody called her Medea. A lot of people didn't know what a Medea was till Tyler Perry came out. I came out the womb, that's all I knew my grandmama's name was Medea. That's what we call her, Medea. And Medea, a lot of people don't know the origins of Medea. Medea means, see, white folks used to call old black women my dear. My dear, you know, that was the terminology used. And when white folks too, because white folks talk just like black folk down south, is Medea. My dear, Medea. That's where that comes from. And my grandmama was the original Medea. And she didn't care who you was. When you come to the house, she gonna have you under that pecan tree, picking pecans all day long. And she gonna watch you. Even when my daddy and my uncles well up into their 40s, you know, until they they be out there hauling wood, cutting wood, picking pecans, messing with them cows. And those are the type of men that reared me. To work. I've had I came up under hard men. One of those uncles, like one of my uncles, he's one of those dudes that you can never do anything right in his eyes. And he was so hard, he'd be like, you know, you do something, boy, watch what you're doing. Pay attention to what you're doing. Like nothing, now that I'm older, I know what's going on. Don't get it misunderstood. But in my teenage years, I had to, not me, one of my cousins cussed him out because of how he was. Like, you couldn't do, he was just so hard on you. What I told you to do. Did I tell you, real brash. But now that I'm older, I understand his wanting us to have strict attention to detail. And you'd be surprised how many people don't pay attention to what they doing. No care in the world, no sense of urgency. You see these damn tourists? You see this? This is what we deal with in Hawaii. And I know, but anyway, see, you got me out of my zone. But that was the type of men that reared me. And now that I'm older, I can understand and appreciate that. And to some degree, I'm not like my uncle, and he's still alive. I'm not as brash as him, but I understand the sense of urgency and attention to detail and to finish what you start. It's unfortunate now, back to this young brother that got this female pregnant on Judge Mathis. I was explaining to my wife, because my wife, she was up on black culture when I met her. She's one of those Renaissance females that just like history and reading, and she knew about Malcolm X, Stokely Carmichael. She knew about all these cats. And I was amazed. And she's beginning to see the things that I talk about concerning blacks. I was telling her that, and she's met all my uncles. I was telling her that black boys now are not being raised the way that I was raised. You see, I'm like that last generation. If you were born in like the late 80s, if you were born 86 and earlier, you know what I'm talking about. All you late 80s, early 90 babies, y'all don't know what I'm talking about. A lot of y'all don't. And it's not your fault. It's not your fault that you can't change a tire on the side of the road. That's not your fault that you can't change oil on a basic vehicle. It's not your fault that you can't change or do minor repairs around the house. It's the black culture in which you having millions of young black boys being raised by women. No man in sight. No man to put his foot in your ass when you need it. And I had tons of older cousins, uncles, family, male friends that would put the proverbial boot in my ass if I needed it. I had that. And I don't mean to rub it in the face of brothers and even sisters or anybody who didn't have that. I'm just telling you where I'm from. Because truth be told, a lot of these young guys are cut from a different cloth. That's just the reality of it. That's the reality. Now, this brother, I was explaining to my wife about child support too. I told my wife, child support is a bullshit, very vindictive, arbitrary system. And the reason it is because I can go out and get me a Bank of America card, and I can run that mug up $30,000, $40,000. and walk away and not feel no type of repercussions. And, I mean, my credit gonna be jacked. I can go out and finance a $400,000 home and say and sit up one day and say, you know what? I'm tired of paying for this joker, and walk away. I can do that. But a young man or a man in general, anybody can fall under the predatory child support system. I can be $8,000, $3,000 in arrears. I can have my license taken from me. I can be thrown in jail. And I said, why is that? How come I can blow $100,000 on plastic and really, because there's no debtor prison unless you don't pay the IRS. But if I'm $3,000 in arrears, shit, they're gonna throw my ass in jail. It's because you messing with Uncle Sam's money. That's what you're doing. You messing with Uncle Sam. You see, Uncle Sam doesn't give a damn if you go out and blow $30,000 on True Religion jeans, Air Jordans, ice, bling, bullshit. He doesn't care about that. But you don't pay you don't pay Uncle Sam. You don't pay Uncle Sam his 2013 taxes. And you keep saying, "Ah, man, I ain't paying that shit." You okay, Mr. I ain't paying shit. And see where you gonna end up. The point I'm making is, when you, Mr. Black Man, Mr. I can't get a job because of the white man, I'm black, and your ass, you drop out of school, you don't have a GED, whoop, Mr. Police. You don't have a GED, you don't have any skills, and you out here slinging penis with no condom, and you just skeeting in all these females, and these females are running to the state of Alabama or the state of Mississippi. You're now fucking with Uncle Sam's money because your stupid ass who couldn't finish high school, you have no skills to pay for your responsibilities. You dropped out. You're a nuisance. You're like a grown kid making kids. Now he's got to intervene into your affairs because you couldn't take care of the things that you were supposed to, as an adult male, meant to take care of. That's why he throws your black ass in prison. So now you have these guys that are offering females in hopes of avoiding child support, when in the end they lose because they still end up in jail. Not only do they end up in jail, they end up on death row because they then chipped their baby's mama over $229 in child support that your punk ass didn't want to pay because you dropped out of school. But you want to slang pipe. You want to play daddy. And see, this is, you multiply that brother that I spoke about on Judge Mathis by hundreds and thousands of young black men. See, you're a nuisance. And I was telling my wife that. And see, my wife, when I get to talking like this, she always like, oh, Painless, baby, you shouldn't be saying that stuff. But she's beginning, and my wife don't talk ill about black folk. She just listen. I mean, she'll make observations, but no, she don't do that. But she makes observations. And she's beginning to see, especially when I broke it down about child support. And I said that brothers like that, guys like that, are nuisances. And for you tinfoil hat wearing conspiracy theorists, the white man ain't never walked on the moon. If you believe in FEMA camps and all that shit now, guess who is the first to go? Guys like that. All y'all sucking up the resources, sleeping, pissing, shitting, ain't contributing nothing to society, milling around, sitting on the stoop, drinking King Cobra, smoking Newports, Boom Fun, Mad Dog 2020, ain't doing shit with your life but talking shit. You gonna be the first ones to be incinerated. You're the first ones going to the American Auschwitz. Because you contribute nothing to society. Nothing to society. You just suck up resources. You don't do shit. You don't make shit. You just sleep, eat, piss, and shit. And they got places for you. They do. They got places for you shines. They want to go out here and don't do anything, get no skills. This thing about that, and you got 44-year-old men doing the same shit, slaying pipe, getting girls pregnant. There is absolutely no way if you 44 years old dealing with child support. I got a friend now that I met when I first joined the military. This brother breezed through, no kids. Now he's 30. How old Jack? Jack 39. Now he got a 23-year-old female pregnant. He like, man, she don't even cook, man. She work over at Old Navy. She don't cook. She don't want to do nothing. And he 39. I'm like, man, you got a chick, a 23-year-old chick that works at Old Navy pregnant? Now she's got his balls in a sling for 18 years. He gonna spend a lot of his years, his golden years, spending fucking child support. And that's pretty pathetic. And these are the same Negroes that come up to you be like, hey, Payless, man, hey, I'm holding a seminar at my house on Tuesday night. Oh, yeah, man, what's up? What you doing? I got this business going on. And see, niggas always talking about business. And then you uncover their bullshit. They selling fucking Amway or Prime America or some other multi-level bullshit out there. And then, I fell for that. This was like in my mid-20s. Early to mid-20s. Because I was like, well, shit, let me check this out. And I was young. But I wasn't no fool. And these motherfuckers will try to shame your ass and well, shoot, man, hey, I'm just trying to help you out, man. You know, I'm trying to, show you how to create wealth and all this shit. You know what I'm saying, man? I mean, you do this, that, man, you get a free BMW. Negro, please. And then this one brother was doing this shit to me, and he was the main one always complaining about how broke he is. And this is the type of brother it's always these retired military Negroes, all these Masonic frat Negroes that are trying to be up on the next best thing, selling bullshit and try to shame you. And when like I said, he was always complaining about how broke he was, retired military now, but he's driving around in a 2012 Range Rover, and he's got a 2012 Passat running. Niggas always trying to stunt, couldn't afford the shit, wasn't really making no money, and I'm supposed to take fucking financial advice from you? From you. And that's why I said a lot of black folks love to stunt. A lot of black folks love to flaunt and show off. These are same ones these the same niggas that will go out and buy it's 2016 now. These the same niggas that will go out and buy a 2009 Lexus Coupe and with 82,000 miles on it, and think that in spending $416 a month, 8%, 9% interest, and think they doing shit. Man, I got me a Lexus. And waving the keys around like they doing something. It's like niggas that think Red Lobster is fucking fine dining. Red Lobster is not fine dining. Oh, we going to Lobsters. We go Red Lobster. I got cousins like that. I like, can y'all niggas act like y'all been somewhere? Red Lobsters is not fine dining. That shit is garbage. That shit is garbage. And that's what I be talking about, man. That's it. That's that shit I be talking about right there. But yeah, they got places for you. You want to sling pipe and try to live on the wild side? Like I said, man, if I was single, first thing I do is go get me a vasectomy. These women nowadays aren't worthy of being mothers, because a lot of these women know when shit hit the fan. I want you to think about this. Where else could a whore with tattoos on her face, arms, piercings all on her face, and the judge knows she's a whore, but because of the laws are so in opposition of men and against men, he's got a rule in her fucking favor. And that's what we dealing with in America. And that's why I said, if I was single, first order of business would be to take my ass to the hospital and get snipped. Because ain't no way. Some of y'all can say, well, Painless, you can put a rubber on. You can strap up, Painless. I know what I can do. But you know what? I would just go get my stuff snipped. Ain't no way I'm going to be See, I'm 38, 37 now. Ain't no way in hell I'm gonna be like my partner I was just telling you about, paying fucking child support. Man, you're supposed to be on the downslide in your 40s, in your 50s. You ain't supposed to be paying and going. This like old folks. Old folks ain't supposed to be going out and buying shit. You need to sit your ass down somewhere and slow down. Now he's got child. He gonna be 50. He gonna be damn near 60 years old paying fucking child support. Can you believe that shit? Huh? Ain't no way in hell I'm gonna be paying no damn child support at 60 damn years old. I ain't gonna do it. Can't do it. But that's what we're dealing with. And a lot of you black men, you don't have any common sense. You don't have any common sense. You can't sound off. You don't speak up. You can't look somebody in the... That's one thing Madea always taught me. Look people in the eyes. Even white people. Don't keep your head down. And see, white people didn't mess with Madea. White people did not mess with my grandmama. Nobody can really handle my... And you know what? I talk about black women and being the ultimate matriarchy and in your face. That's what my grandmama was. She is the prime one, but she was fair. And she worked, and she wasn't nothing like these females now. My grandmama raised... I come from a big family. My mama... 5 boys, 5 girls. My daddy, 9 boys, 4 girls. And 2 on my daddy's side, one of my uncles died when he was born. Never met him, he never knew. So it would have been, no, this one. So it would have been 10 boys, 4 girls. That's when black folks had big families. Average 4 kids in a house. Average. Now you got black women that can't even, oh, I ain't having no more kids. Who that hurt? Or they gotta go and get a C-section and let them doctors rip open their damn stomach. Now you trying to sleep with her and she take off her damn shirt and she look like she been in a goddamn drive-by.